Hello everyone. In today's video, we are going to see how to write the trigonometric values in all the four quadrants. Let's get started. Trigonometric ratios in four quadrants. First question, given that cos theta is equal to negative 4 by 5 and theta lies from 180 degree to 270 degree. Evaluate tan theta and sin theta. As we know that they have given the quadrants 180 degree to 270 degree. That means my quadrant is this quadrant. That means I have to draw my triangle here. Cos theta is negative. So in this quadrant, cos theta is negative. So our value is correct. Cos theta is base over hypotenuse. Let's write down the value here. For this theta, the base is 4 and hypotenuse is 5. Now I need to give the sign. As we know that the hypotenuse is always positive, so this negative sign will go to 4 because this is in the negative direction. So let's write down, it is negative 4 and this is 5. Now I need to write down the value for tan theta. For this tan theta is opposite over base. I don't have opposite. So I need to first find out the value for opposite. In this right angle triangle, we have hypotenuse and we have base. Let's find it out. Opposite will be given by root of hypotenuse square minus of base square. Let's solve it here. That will be equal to 25 minus 16, which is equals to 9. Root of 9 is 3. But because I am taking the root, this will be written as plus minus 3. I need to see that whether I have to take the plus sign or negative sign. As we know that this is going in the negative direction of y-axis, so it is negative. So this value will be written as negative 3, not positive 3. Let's write down the value for tan theta. Tan theta is opposite over base. Let's write down. Tan theta is opposite is minus 3. Base is minus 4. As you can see that minus got cancelled from here and my answer is 3 by 4. Tan theta is 3 by 4. In the third quadrant, this is our third quadrant, tan theta is positive. So my value for tan theta is positive. Now I need to find out the value for sin theta. Let's write down the value for sin theta. Sin theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. For this angle theta, opposite is minus 3 and hypotenuse is 5. Let's write down the value minus 3 over 5. This is my value for sin theta. In the third quadrant, sin theta is negative. So my answer is negative. So which is correct. Let's see one more example here. Given that sin A is equal to negative 5 by 13, where A lies from 180 degree to 270 degree. Find the value of tan A and cos negative A. They have given us the quadrant. That means I need to draw my triangle in the third quadrant. In the third quadrant, sin A is negative. So this is our negative value here. Let's write down sin A is opposite over hypotenuse. For this angle A, opposite is this and hypotenuse is 13. Let's write down here 5 and 13. Hypotenuse is always positive. So this negative sign will be given to minus 5 here. To get the answer for the base, I need to apply the Pythagoras theorem here. Let's apply the Pythagoras theorem here. So base will be given by root of 13 square minus of minus 5 the whole square. Let's solve it here. That will be written as 169 minus of 25, which will be equal to root of 144. Root of 144 is plus minus 12. Now I need to check that whether I should take the plus sign or the minus sign. Which sign I should take? Negative, right? Because this is in the negative direction. Let's write down negative 12 here. I need to write down the answer for tan A. Let's write down the value for tan A. Tan A will be given by opposite over base. For this A, opposite is minus 5 and base is minus 12. Let's write down here minus 5 over minus 12. Minus will got cancelled from here and my answer is 5 by 12 for the value of tan A. In the third quadrant, tan theta is positive. So my value here is positive, which is correct. I need to write down the answer for cos negative A. Let's write down the value cos negative A. As we have discussed earlier, negative angles are always considered in the fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, cos theta is positive, and I am writing down the value for cos theta only. So that means this value is positive. Let's write down this as cos A only. I need to write down the answer for cos A. Cos A is base over hypotenuse. For this angle A, base is minus 12 and hypotenuse is 13. Let's write it down the value. That will be written as minus 12 over 13, which is the value for cos of negative A, which will be my answer. Cos theta is negative in the third quadrant, so that's why our value is negative. So my answer is correct. Let's see one more example. Given that tan theta is equal to minus half and that tan theta and sin theta have opposite signs, find the value of cos theta and of sin theta. He gave you the value of tan theta as negative. We have all the four quadrants here. Which quadrant tan theta is negative? Tan theta is negative in the second quadrant and in the fourth quadrant. So tan theta is negative here and here. But they gave us that tan theta and sin theta have opposite signs. In this quadrant, sin theta is positive and tan theta is negative. In this quadrant, sin theta and tan theta both are negative. When I have to see that they have opposite signs, that means I need to consider the second quadrant, not the fourth quadrant, because fourth quadrant both are negative. So I will select the second quadrant. I need to draw my triangle in the second quadrant. Let's draw the triangle in the second quadrant. This will be given by like that, 90-degree quadrant. Tan theta is opposite over base. Let's write down here theta. Opposite is 1 and base is 2. I need to give the negative sign. This is y and this is minus y. I have to give this negative sign. I should give it to 1 or 2. As we can see that this 1 is in the positive direction of y-axis. So this is positive. But this 2 is going in the negative direction. So this 2 is negative. Let's give this negative sign to 2. I need to write down the answer for cos theta. Let's write down the value for cos theta. Do you have the hypotenuse here? No, right? We don't have the hypotenuse. So I need to first find out the value for hypotenuse. Let's find out the value for hypotenuse first. Hypotenuse will be given by root of minus 2 the whole square plus 1 square, which will be equal to root of 4 plus 1, which is equals to root of 5. So hypotenuse is root 5. Let's write down the value here. It is root 5. I need to write down the answer for cos theta. Cos theta is base over hypotenuse. Base is minus 2 and hypotenuse is root 5. Let's write down the value here. Minus 2 over root 5. That will be my answer for cos theta. In the second quadrant, cos theta is negative and my value is also negative. That means my answer is correct. I need to write down the answer for sin theta. Let's write down the value for sin theta. Sin theta is opposite over hypotenuse. For this theta, opposite is 1 and hypotenuse is root 5. Let's write down the value here. Will be given by 1 over root 5. This will be my value for sin theta. In the second quadrant, sin theta is positive. So my value here is positive. That means my answer is correct. Let's see one more example. Given that tan A is equal to minus 5 by 12 and tan A and cos A have opposite signs, find the value of cos A and of cos 90 degree minus A. I need to see the value that tan A is negative. Which quadrant tan is negative? In this quadrant, all are positive. In the third quadrant, tan is positive. But in the second and the fourth quadrant, tan theta is negative. I need to consider the second and the fourth quadrant. But I need to consider that tan A and cos A have opposite signs. In this quadrant, tan theta and cos theta both are negative. But in the fourth quadrant, cos theta is positive and tan theta is negative. That means if I have to take fourth quadrant, in the fourth quadrant, tan A and cos A will have opposite signs. I need to draw my triangle in the fourth quadrant. Let's draw the triangle in the fourth quadrant here. This is my right angle triangle and this is the angle A here. Tan A is opposite over base. Let's write down here the values. Opposite is 5 and the base is 12. I need to give the negative sign to either 12 or 5. To whom should I give the negative sign? 12 or the 5? 5, right? Because 12 is in the positive direction of x-axis and 5 is in the negative direction of y-axis. So 5 should be negative. Let's give the negative sign to 5 only. I need to find out the value for hypotenuse. Let's find out the value for hypotenuse. Hypotenuse will be given by root of base square, which is 12 square, plus height square, which is minus 5 the whole square. Let's solve it here. 12 square will be 144 plus 5 square is 25, which will be equal to root of 169. So my hypotenuse is plus minus 13. Hypotenuse is always positive, so I need to take plus 13. So this hypotenuse will be written as 13 only. I need to write down the answer for cos A. Let's write down the value for cos A. Cos A will be given by base over hypotenuse. So for this A, the base is 12 and the hypotenuse is 13. Let's write down the value here. It will be 12 over 13. This will be my answer for cos A. As we know that in the fourth quadrant, cos theta is positive and my value for cos A is also positive. That means my answer is correct. I need to write down the answer for cos 90 degree minus A. As we have done earlier, 90 degree minus A will be written as sin A. Let's write down here. Cos 90 degree minus A will be given as sin A. I need to write down the answer for sin A. Sin A is opposite over hypotenuse. For this angle A, opposite is minus 5 and the hypotenuse is 13. Let's write it down. This will be given as minus 5 over 13. This will be my answer for sin A. In the fourth quadrant, sin theta is negative. So my value here is negative. So that means my answer is correct. Let's see one more example. Given that cos A is equal to half and that cos A and sin A have the same sign, find the value of sin negative A and tan A. These are the four quadrants we have and I need to see that cos A will be positive. Now in which two quadrants cos A is positive? Cos A is positive in the first and the fourth quadrant only. So let's write on first and the fourth quadrant. Now I need to pick the quadrant. Which quadrant cos A and sin A have the same sign? Now in the fourth quadrant, cos theta is positive but sin theta is negative. In the first quadrant, sin theta and cos theta both are positive. That means I need to draw my triangle in the first quadrant. Let's draw the triangle in the first quadrant. It's given that cos A is half. Cos A is base over hypotenuse. Let's write down the value here. Base is 1 and hypotenuse is 2. I need to find out the value for the height. By the Pythagoras theorem, if I find out the value for height, it will be written as root of 2 square minus of 1 square, which will be written as root of 4 minus 1, that is equals to root of 3. That means the height is root 3. As we can see that height is positive direction of y-axis, so this is positive. This is x is in the positive direction, so this 1 is also positive and hypotenuse is always positive. I need to write down the value for sin negative A. Let's write down the value for sin negative A. As we have discussed earlier, negative angles are considered in the fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, cos theta is positive but sin theta is negative. Let's write down the value as negative sin A. I need to write down the value for sin A. Sin A is opposite over hypotenuse. If this angle is angle A, for this angle A, opposite is root 3 and hypotenuse is 2. Let's write down the value here. Negative of sin A is opposite is root 3 over 2. the value for sine negative a will be written as negative root 3 by 2, which will be my answer. I need to write down the answer for tan a. Let's write down the value tan a. Tan A is opposite over base. For this angle A, opposite is root 3 and the base is 1. Let's write down the value root 3 by 1, which will be equal to root 3 only. That is my answer for tan A. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment down below. Bye-bye everyone.